Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about my birth story. I literally been trying to film the whole day today, but my baby has been so fussy today that I didn't get to film during the day. So here I am in the kitchen at 23:42 at night trying to film this. So yeah, bear with me. So I gave birth on a Thursday, 20th August this year, to my baby girl Mia, and my expected due date was 26th of August. So I thought I still had time, and I was even planning to film what's in my hospital bag video the day after that. But obviously I gave birth the night before, which was really unexpected. Luckily I already had my hospital bag prepared and the baby bag, so I was fine. My contractions started at, let me see, I actually recorded my contractions. Yeah, so my contractions started at around 3:10 a.m. in the morning. At first I thought it was just my back hurting because I had that same experience before where they thought I'm having early labor. I don't remember the date, but I went to the hospital because I had kind of heavy bleeding. So I got myself checked and they thought that I'm having early labor that day, because they also recorded some contractions apparently when they were testing me. So yeah, I thought it was just the same experience, but the contractions getting stronger each time. So I kept going to the toilet because I felt like I needed a wee and I just felt weird. And I also tried to sleep because obviously it was so late, but I just couldn't get myself to sleep because the contractions were getting stronger and stronger. I had a feeling that it may be my actual labor, so I told my boyfriend at the time, and he also thought that it might be just the same experience as before. But at around 3:22 a.m. there's a little gush of water that came out when I went to the toilet. I wasn't sure if it was just me weeing or it was like my water broke, because like in the films or in like videos there's always like a gush of water that comes out. So I didn't think it was that. At around 3:34 when I went to the toilet again, my water broke, and that time I can actually say that it was it, because it was just like a lot of water and it just gushed out of me. It's like out of my control. It's just clear water and there was a lot of it, so I was pretty sure that my water just broke. So then I decided to call the hospital and ask for advice, and I was kind of panicking a little bit because I was like, oh my god, this is it, I'm gonna give birth today. That's just like in my head, but I was still trying to be calm. And then I called the hospital and then they advised to go to the hospital at 8 a.m. so they can check me. But then as I was calling them, my contractions were just getting painful and painful. I can just feel like maybe like just pushing out. So even though they advised me to go to the hospital at 8 a.m, I really didn't think that I can wait that long. But I did try to. But then when I got off the phone with them, my contractions were coming on like every 2-3 minutes and it was just really painful. And then my water broke again at around 3:52. So I decided that it may be best for me to go to the hospital. So I woke my mom up and then my stepdad drove me there around 5 a.m. and thankfully I decided to do it that way. I'd probably end up giving birth at home, which is not ideal because we don't know what to do really. So yeah, I got to the hospital around 5 a.m. I remember I was just so loud because contractions were really painful. Like every time it comes on I feel like I can't move because it's just so painful. But when I got there, luckily they put me on a wheelchair and then they just pushed me all the way to the labor room. So yeah, and then when we got there, the midwife was checking me, my blood pressure and everything. I can't even remember, but because I was in so much pain, she was just checking me, and then she told me to try and get some rest because when she checked me I was already 5 centimeters dilated when I got there, and she said every 2 hours will be another 2 centimeters. But that wasn't the case for me. It was just progressing really quickly. She kept telling me to try to get some rest. I really can't because I was just in so much pain. And then at one point it felt like I was about to poo. That was just like how I felt, and I was like, oh my god, I was gonna poo. And then I was trying to get up from bed because it was getting so uncomfortable laying down because the pressure is just like around this area. So I tried to stand up, but when I stood up I felt like it made it even worse. So I decided to go back to bed again, and then she decided to check how dilated I am because I was just like so loud, and she can see that I may be ready to give birth. I think at that point she knows that I'm giving birth soon, so she was asking me questions like, oh, how do you want to give birth? I said I just want a normal delivery. I didn't want epidural, so she gave me gas and air instead to help with the pain. So yeah, I had that. but then I was in so much pain. Like, they're talking to me, but I'm not really taking it in because I was just focusing on trying to manage the pain. So yeah, she handed me the gas and air. She was like, oh, just breathe in, blah blah blah. And then I was trying to really follow her instructions, but because of what I'm feeling, I just couldn't. I ended up just mostly biting it. But before I gave birth, I was telling my boyfriend that I was really looking forward for it, because all the videos that I've watched on YouTube, blah, 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 they were saying how they like the gas and air, so I wanted to experience it. But because of the pain, I didn't get to really experience that. Maybe just like once I managed to do it properly, but that's it. I didn't even feel like I needed the epidural, because even though I was feeling so much pain during contractions, I didn't feel like my back really hurt. It was just more the pressure of baby's head. I can feel, and I knew that I'm about to give birth because the midwife was also starting to prepare everything, and I was expecting the doctor to come, but there was never a doctor there. So that made me really anxious because I'm about to give birth and I don't see any doctor, because all the videos I've been watching on YouTube, there's always like doctors, and there's so many other people, like maybe few nurses or midwives in the room. And at the time there was only me, the midwife, and my boyfriend. So I was like, what's going on? Why is there only a midwife there? Like, there's no doctor. And then what if something goes wrong, like in my head? So I was asking the midwife, and then she said I didn't need the doctor because I'm low risks and I wouldn't want doctor to be there because apparently they're only there if there's something wrong. I didn't know that, so I just went along with it anyway. And so yeah, I kept trying to push and push in every contractions, and I felt like I was pushing for at least an hour because I was really struggling. Like, I didn't have sleep that night and I was so tired, and my labor progressed really quickly, and I was in so much pain for so many hours that at one point I felt like just giving up because I was so tired. And I felt like it would have helped if there was another person there to help pull my legs, because when I feel the contractions, I just felt like pulling my legs upwards because it would help me like really push. But then there's only really my boyfriend and the midwife there, so my boyfriend is pulling my left leg and I'm trying to pull my other leg, but I just didn't feel like I have the strength at the time because I was so tired. I was crowning, and then the midwife checked and the baby is starting to get really tired and weak. And then when she said that, even though I was really tired, it made me like push even harder. But even though I kept pushing harder, the head is just not coming out. So she said she will have to cut me. It's called Episiotomy. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, I had that to help push the baby out. So yeah, she injected me so I don't feel like the incision, and then she did that, and then the baby came out. And yeah, so yeah, that was it. It was really quick. My contraction started at 3 a.m. I got to the hospital by 5, and then I gave birth I think around 8 or 9. So all in all, it was probably like 5 to 6 hours. So yeah, that was the experience. And then when the baby came out, I didn't know what to think, because I knew that I was pregnant, I knew that there was a baby, but when it came out, it just like made it real but then not real at the same time. Like, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I was just like shocked and happy at the same time. Like, I really didn't know what to think. Like, I was in so much pain, I was happy, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Like, I want to cry but I couldn't cry. It's just like mixed emotions at the time. So yeah, that was my birth story. I was really gutted though because I really wanted to film it, but because of how it happened, I didn't really have the time to like set everything up for filming. So yeah, I can only tell you the story. But then I'm also happy that it happened that way because it's just a memory that we both can share together. So yeah, that made it like more intimate between the two of us. But yeah, that was my birth story. I was really loud in the hospital. When you're in so much pain, you really don't care about everything else. I just really wanted to scream at the time. I was probably like the loudest in the hospital, but I didn't really care. Like, in the end, I managed to actually give birth. It's been over 2 months now since I gave birth, and I still can't believe that I actually gave birth and that the baby actually came out of me. Like, it's just unbelievable. An amazing experience at the same time. So yeah, that was my story. I'm really sorry if I really look tired right now, because I really am tired. I really wanted to film today, and I didn't want to waste my makeup and my outfit, blah blah blah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna try and post videos every week now, so I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.